Yes, people, welcome to a special edition of the One True Red podcast. We're going to do a transfer special. It's 24th of December, Christmas Eve. CT's in his Christmas hat. Uche's the Grinch, trying to get us cancelled before we go live, but we won't talk about that. Uche, transfer time, your favourite subject.
I'm so gassed.
Semenyo, who we've been linked to for weeks on end, and the news broke yesterday that he's chosen Man City over us. Do we need him, Uche?
Nah, not for me. Been saying it for ages.
What you prefer, Uche, is that we have Gakpo stinking out the gaff at left midfield, or the 17-year-olds. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I prefer. What I prefer is for Liverpool to be at least where Villa is right now, and I'll still be screaming because we're supposed to be winning the title. That's what we all predicted. We certainly predicted top two. Even the worst grade, even CT, with his worst take, would say second. Like he will force himself to say second. Are we second? Are we anywhere near second? So let's not try this new style slant, yeah? We were all happy with the squad before a ball was kicked for a top two. Nothing else. We're flopping. So don't bring me another transfer. I'm not interested. What we need to do is get back on the drawing board and figure this stuff out and keep winning. Semenyo would have been okay. Won't gas me up. Very few things gas me up. But the first time in a very long time, to be fair, in my Liverpool fandom, I was gassed when we signed all the players we signed in the summer. And look what that brought me. Not much. Many seasons I've not been gassed. And guess what? We won the league title. So listen, forget all this transfer stuff. It's not that interesting. It's good for the fans. It's good for some of you, but for me,
you know what he sounds like. He sounds like. Remember when we said you should get Guehi? Nah, we don't need him.
Yeah. This is the same track.
Again, I say to you, let's not change the narrative here. We all said top two with that squad. We are nowhere near it. So it's a spectacular disaster.
Everybody actually, CT, did you actually say top two for them?
Definitely, I'm sure he did.
You might have revised it.
Let's for argument's sake, say he said third. Yeah,
you can get that. So
yeah, let's even go with that. Are we third? No.
You can get that. The season's not done.
No. I'm just saying it wasn't this kind of third. Listen, Greg, if you thought this was going to happen, by all means, speak for yourself. Yeah, I don't mind.
He's predicted you to lose every week.
Yeah.
No, I am. No.
You can't lose every week.
Let me talk. CT, did you expect this from Liverpool?
You know what? I expected you lot to be not as good as you were last season at all. I expected you to challenge at least, but you're not even doing that, and we know why. But I'm not going to say that in front of you because you're blaming the players. But it's definitely I didn't predict you to run away with it at all. So okay. I'm sure I said third.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
I said third. I said third, fourth, something like that.
That's
but
fine.
Change again.
Let's hold the energy. Like this has been an absolute disaster. That's all I'm saying. So when you come with Guehi, fine, all good. When Mikey comes with Guehi, all good. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is we shouldn't be here. That's my main point. We should, if we're third.
Uche, we are here. And we're here.
And it's not because of injuries, by the way. Don't forget. I don't want to revisit the whole thing. We've had Konate and VVD at the back, which is a fantastic combination that won us the league last year. So there's a lot that's gone wrong in this season. A lot has gone wrong. So to tell me that Semenyo or Guehi is going to fix all the problems, it's done. We cannot win the league. That's the energy I was coming at you at the start of the season. I don't have that energy because that would be ridiculous, right? So now it's about project. Can we win the FA Cup? Get to the top four, which I believe we can. And can we win the Champions League? I believe we can. So all those three are my cans. They're all possible.
All right, Uche. So let's bring it back to Semenyo and bring it back to transfers. So you think that we can win FA Cup potentially and get top four and or Champions League?
Absolutely, it's a possibility.
How are we going to do that with a current squad of players? Do we not need somebody to play left wing that starts ahead of Gakpo, or at least challenges? The problem that Gakpo has had this season, right, is that last season he was second fiddle to Diaz, right? This season he plays games and he plays rubbish. even Kirk Uche, the quote you sent me about what Kirk has said about how the last few weeks he's been building up a relationship with Wirtz, passing to each other, getting more joy down that left hand side. Basically saying that Gakpo is rubbish.
Yes,
but
like I said,
I
wouldn't let you get away with that lie he said earlier, because it's getting ridiculous now. We're here to educate the fans, yeah. So I will not let you get away with that. You know, I've got stats to prove it that Diaz and Gakpo played a lot of games, so it's not really possible.
You have. We've been through it before. We have.
So you can't really play second fiddle to somebody when you're both on the pitch, can you? It's not possible. So anyway,
that's because Diaz was playing mid centre forward on some of the games that Gakpo played left.
Thank you. So there's stop lying to the viewers. That's the first thing. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah. Okay. Now we can move on back to actual originally scheduled program as we were discussing. Gakpo has been not great. So if you're asking me to get a left side player, it's a good question. No, we have to be honest. If you're gonna sell Diaz, you're either gonna get in someone who's as good as Diaz or better. Do I think that person is Semenyo? For me, no. Am I dissing the guy? Absolutely not. I just feel like he probably is better off on the other flank anyway, right? That's just how my take on it. So I wouldn't say we're missing out. Go and find another player. You always do. This club always buys great players. Go and find the next one. It doesn't have to be Semenyo. That's my only retort to the...
Hey, how great was Hijack?
And Wirtz.
This club always buys great players, you said. You won the transfer window, and then you don't want to go again. How?
I don't. How? I'm saying, listen, if you're gonna get me a player that's on the standard or the level of Diaz, because you let him go, I didn't let him go. You let him go. I supported the decision because I thought I saw what was coming in. But the facts are we haven't lived up to it. Yeah. If you're gonna get another player, he has to be at that level. And Semenyo is not at that level. That's just my take on it. It's not a diss. It's just not at that level, right? That's just how I see it.
Who do you want?
Go and get him.
Who do you want?
A left-sided player that's at the level of Diaz. That's it. That's the mantra.
You're saying Semenyo isn't.
I don't get drawn into players' names and all that. You're trying to put me on the spot. I've got loads of names.
Who? You can't slam down Semenyo and not.
I'm not slamming him down. That's why I was very careful to say. For example, like for me, right? It's not gonna happen. But if someone gave me Mamouche, I'll be happy with that.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Uche. It's funny you should say
that. Of course not. Of course we're not.
Yeah, be realistic then.
Of course, I know, but I'm just saying, yeah. I like players that I can look at and say, you've got everything in the locker to go to that next level, yeah. And we sold Diaz, regardless of what we say, we sold him out because we thought we had solutions. Unfortunately for us, as we've seen and Real has commented many times, Gakpo has not been that solution, right? So you need to find someone else who can do that job. Right now, I don't like it. Well, Wirtz is playing on our left-hand side. I think Wirtz was not brought in. So I'm hoping that this system will go eventually after the Fulham game, starting with the Arsenal game, that we're going to have some confidence to start changing the way we play.
Confidence against us, yeah?
It won't start the Arsenal game.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're going to play. I'm not saying you're going to unleash it against Arsenal. I'm saying after the Arsenal game is done, because I'm seeing that as a possible L or a draw, then we've got enough points to now change the system, right? Sorry?
You're not going to draw against us.
Okay, whatever, man. My point was, that's the stop line. That's the checkpoint. After that, yeah, then we can start actually playing the way we were supposed to play, which is Wirtz as the number 10, yeah, supporting Ekitike only now because of what happened, which we're going to talk about. And then that's it. So the left-hand side still needs to be sorted out.
Right, so this is the point, Uche. We're trying to sort it out. We're saying you don't need him.
No, we don't need Semenyo. We don't need Semenyo because Semenyo is not that. It's not for me.
Okay,
that's what I
okay.
said.
Let's put Semenyo to the side just for 1 second.
Right.
If it's not Semenyo, it's no one. Is that what you're saying?
No. You go and get. I literally just said what is this guy okay?
For this January.
He wants
for this January. This is what I think we should happen. 1,000%.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
As soon as January 1st opens up. Right? If you're serious, which I genuinely doubt this will happen, January 1st or 31st of December, you're announcing a centre-back. Who that centre-back is, he better be that Guehi type of level of player. That's number one, yeah? No, that's number one.
We'll talk specifically
about that's number one. No, that's for me, that's number one.
We'll talk about Guehi later.
On January 1st or 2nd, you should be bringing in a left-sided player who can also
So
play up front.
So
That's
you
it.
do want to sign in. Okay, at least we've got that.
He wants
Thank
two,
you.
apparently. He wants two.
Yeah,
No,
what are you
because at the
saying?
moment, the results are telling me that certain mans could not step up to why we signed them. So you need to go again. But this was not the plan. That's all I'm saying. This was not the plan. From the start of the season, everything that's transpired was not the plan. Certain people have not lived up to their reputation, or their fake reputation, should I say. And we have to react accordingly, because we cannot rely on them to produce, because they can't do it and they will not do it.
Uche, on that, what the plan is. I know Mikey's had criticisms about our signings over the summer. I and you thought we'd done a good job, although I, just for the viewers' benefit, did say we need to get a replacement for Diaz. And some people might have suggested we didn't. But anyway, left-sided midfield or left-sided forward, you're saying that the players that we signed have not lived up to their billings, but we weakened our left side by selling Diaz and not replacing him.
It was not a strong side anyway.
My question to you is, in terms of the plan, I'm not sure how we saw our left forward position going forward, because Slot has shown he's not going to play Chiesa unless it's a 10-minute cameo at the end of a match. The season started with Ngamoa as a 16-year-old, and there's not many 16-year-olds playing first-team footballs for the champions of that country. Not many. I see the guy over in Germany doing stuff for Bayern, 17, but it's very, very few. You have to be absolutely exceptional. So you start the season with Gakpo, who was alternating, let's say, using your words, alternating with Diaz last season, second choice, alternating with Diaz as left forward last season. We start with a 16-year-old. What was the plan? Was to get through, winning the league again, by the way, again, challenging and/or winning the Champions League with a 16-year-old and a guy who wasn't first choice.
You see, this is where
was that the plan?
This is where I take you to task. Again, you're being disingenuous. You're not being real to what happened. So let's go back to the Liverpool most successful trio in Liverpool history, right? Firmino, Mane, Mo Salah, right?
Yeah.
38-game season. I don't care. Who cares who your second person is? No one cares, because they were going to give you 35, 36 out of those 38 games. They're going to be physically available and ready to play football.
Okay.
Not only in the league, but in the Champions League. That's the standard, right? This club, to their best knowledge, decided they're going to go and buy certain mans, which I told you about from day one. I was very consistent. Cannot do that. Cannot do it. Right? Cannot do it. Will not do it. Cannot do it.
We're talking left forward, by the way.
When we establish, fine. I'm getting to it. There's a point to what I'm getting to. So for me, when you keep being disingenuous, is that you make this Gakpo comment. Gakpo is one of those players who is coming to the consistency that he can be available for those 34 to 36 games of those 38 games and play in the Champions League. Yeah. So that makes your left-hand side a non-talking issue. So when you say about these subs, it's irrelevant, because he was not looked on that way. Now, the question we need to ask ourselves is what you're rightly saying now. Fine. You're saying, is Gakpo good enough? Yeah. And we're saying he's showing us that he isn't for this season. He said no. Yeah. That's fine. But the plan is, I go back to the plan is Gakpo, left side, Mo Salah, right side, and your alternating striker. Right? Whether we like it or not, that was the plan, because Gakpo will give you 34 to 36 games. Mo Salah will give you 38. Yeah. And then the other striker, whether it's number 9, which is Ekitike/Isak, would then have to figure it out between those 38 games. Yeah. So that's the template. That's the template. So stop going on about the 17.
It don't work like that.
But Uche, the reason why I'm going on about it.
No, wait. What do you mean it don't work like that? For 3 or 4 seasons in a row, we did that with Mane, Firmino, and Mo Salah. What do you mean? I don't get it. What do you mean?
Yeah, but then in fairness, Uche, Jota came in as well.
I know, but I'm just no.
And then Diaz came in.
I'm having a problem with what Craig said. He said don't work like that, but it's proven.
It doesn't work like that. It wasn't consistent. You still had the backup players to come and help.
Yeah, they came in now and again, but I'm telling you,
that's the question being asked, bro. Where's your backup?
I can bring you stats to back what I'm saying. 34 to 38 games. These guys were always there. That's why my biggest issue, when we sign any player, my first question, and I feel no apology to nobody, right? My first question is, Can you play 34 to 38 games? That's why I have a massive problem with that number 9. Because my answer was emphatic.
How are we talking about Hijack?
I don't know how we got here.
Back to talk about because we're gonna talk about why you're talking about Gakpo. I don't like what you're doing. You're a Liverpool fan like me. You know this history of what I'm talking about, just like me. Gakpo was that left-sided solution. Now, like Mikey,
the wrong solution.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. No, Mikey. No, listen. It's okay to say exactly what Mikey's saying. You thought it was a solution. We can prove quite emphatically it's the wrong solution. But don't tell me there was something wrong. You can knock the plan, but that was the plan. That was the plan.
Okay, all right. I've got something here now. Because if that was the plan, then the manager has to go. Because he hasn't set up the team properly.
Yes.
That could not have been the plan.
No, but he was the plan. No, seriously. It could not have been the plan.
Wait. You're talking about 34 to 38 games. He's reduced Salah's number of games already. Exactly. So what's going on?
Exactly. So, Mikey, that's what I'm saying.
You have to go.
In reality, what happened now? The guy was losing games. The pressure was coming. He decided to come up with this. It's not even his formation. It's not even the way he wants to play. But the guy's trying to survive. We're watching survival football through our very eyes. This is not his style of play. I'm sure he doesn't even like playing it. But the guy had to get real and say, I need to get results. And unfortunately, in doing that, not only do you, instead of you going to address one of your best players and explain to him, and look, this is just a temporary solution, blah, blah, I still got you, that kind of thing. You burn bridges. So yeah, you're right. This is definitely not this is not the way. Someone asked me, what we're seeing was Gakpo on the left, Mo Salah on the right, and up front, eventually it was going to be Isak, but with supporting Ekitike, and then you're going to have Vert somewhere in the midfield. That was the plan, but we failed.
Yeah, but Uche, I've not disagreed with what basically I'm asking you is, was it the right plan? And I think we can agree that it wasn't the right plan. Or maybe we can't. Maybe you think Gakpo's better than he is.
But that's fine. That's fine. But that's only
not fine because it's not you can't start the season as champions. Claim your strength.
Fine because I don't remember inside this pod, and me and you both said that we're gonna win the title. That's what I'm.
And I also said we're gonna win the title and we need replacement for Diaz.
Yes,
I
fine.
also said that.
No problem. Where we are is I can't repeat enough. It's a spectacular failure. So of course it was the wrong plan. I can answer that question.
Right. So it's a spectacular failure that could have happened even if Verts was working, Isak's not injured, Ekitike is working, Salah is in the same form of last season. The left side is still weaker than it was last season. That's the whole point. And we started the season that way.
I don't think so. I'll tell you why. This is speculative, obviously. It's a wrong thing. The guy we signed is one of the most deadliest striker the league has seen in the last maybe 4 or 5 years, right? So the idea must be, right? Gakpo, do that nonsense you do. You don't have to do much because at the end of the day, when it comes to goals, you've got Mo Salah and you've got that guy. Like you always going to be a threat. You're always going to be a threat.
But it's still weaker than last season.
Yeah, but you're saying it's weaker. How can it be weaker? So what actually happened was
left side, okay, specifically, not the forward as a group. Specifically, the left side we've weakened. That's just a matter of fact.
I don't know how do you measure weakness without, because what is it all about?
That isn't good enough.
This is why I always go back to Arsenal as an example, right? We gave them Champions Leagues, yeah. I can criticize. I've got so many ammunition right now to criticize Arsenal Football Club, like really, really bad. I'm talking about diabolically bad, yeah. But you know what? You know why you can't do it? No, I'll tell you, you know why you cannot do it? You cannot do it because all you need to do is look at the table. Despite all that, yeah, they can score from set pieces. They're not great to watch. They're not scoring chances, open play, blah, blah, blah. But you know one thing they kept? They know the job. The job is collect points. Because at the end of the day, no one can chat to you if you collect points. No one is interested in what. You really think people are watching every Arsenal's 90 minutes apart from Arsenal fans themselves? I switched off them ages ago. Why? Because if you watch Arsenal, you see an extremely competent team, yeah, that will not give you any chance, yeah. And while you're still dreaming and you take your mind off 1 or 2 set pieces, you're 1-0 down. That's a highly professional.
We're still going with this myth.
Yeah,
no. Listen again, Mikey.
You're a stats man. You don't know the numbers.
I'm not trying to criticize. I'm actually trying to say.
What percentage of our goals are set pieces?
I'm trying to say, no, because The reason why I even bring this up is because I listened
100% in the last 3 games. Just saying.
I listened to his press conference.
We were scored by us.
35%.
I listened to
Yeah,
Sloth's
you didn't even
press
score them.
conference
That's a good point.
last week, Sorry, yesterday. And he was basically saying that we're -8 and Arsenal are like +8 or something on set pieces. That's really why I brought it up, because he's showing you that, look, the difference can be so marginal, but it matters. If you can't defend set pieces and you're not scoring them in this league, you're going to have a problem. And what Arsenal has figured out was, yeah, we're going to be one of the best at set pieces, attacking wise. And even if we're not the best at defending them, we're okay. And that gets you points in this league. That's the only reason I brought it up. So I can't criticize. Why can you start a topic criticizing Arsenal with the points accumulation? You can't do it. We are flopped. It's been a spectacular failure. So when you talk to me about left-hand side, there's a lot of problems.
So back to the transfer window.
Yeah, I was going to say.
What is it that General
Uche, you've got that off your chest now. You've got that off your chest. You've blamed Isaac again. You somehow managed to diss Isaac when we were talking about Semenyo and what's his name, and then you're talking about past Mane's and yes, all of that's true. But left hand side, what are we doing?
I've told you.
We've got a game on Saturday. Who's playing?
Oh, that's easy. You roll out the same people apart from the right-hand side. Right-hand side is actually the problem. The same left people, Kirkes and Verts. And on the right-hand side, you either, I know what I would go for, it will never happen, but I will go for, on the right-hand side, you go for, if Connor is fit, you put Connor at right side, and you put Frimpong further up. Or I would even mind the young Ramsey at right side, and Frimpong up the top.
Never, I agree. Ramsey should get a game. It's never going to happen.
No, it's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen. But back to what you said earlier about Champions League and top 3 and all that stuff. How are we going to do that with going forward from January onwards? If we don't sign Semenyo, you're saying you want another person. I don't think we've been today. There's some speculation about Barcola at PSG, but they're not going to let him go in January. So that's a summer dream, if anything.
Yeah.
How are we going to finish the rest of the season with our left side looking at Rio Ngamoa and Gakpo? And Gakpo's not even fit.
We've seen this so many times in football that we shouldn't pretend that we don't recognize it. Yeah, we've seen many people. There's at least 3 or 4 teams in the last 20 years that won the Champions League that were nowhere near it, as in they're fancied or otherwise. Yeah, so don't tell me that Liverpool cannot win the Champions League. That's just
begging, man. How are you going to win the Champions League?
The same way those 3 or 4 teams.
You're looking for a good draw.
The same way those 3 or 4 teams won it. That's how. The same exact way those 3 or 4 teams won it.
So you get drawn against City. What are you going to do against them?
What you mean? Like, what are you talking about? I didn't like someone beating. Do you know what? I would have said, if your example would have been your boys, I would actually say...
No. I'm saying City because they slapped you up already.
Oh, please.
What are you going to do?
Oh, please. What you do is, this is a Champions League. It's too late.
Talk us through it.
I don't need to. When the draw comes, you see it in your TV. Don't watch that.
No, talk us through how you beat Man City that slapped you up ridiculously.
No, what do you mean? Like, okay, so let's talk about what that thing. Yeah, Man City was giving us problems when we knocked them out in the Champions League many years ago.
Which players are you going to have? Where are your threats? Because at the minute, Isak's on the injury. At the minute, Isak is nowhere to be seen. At the minute, Salah might not even be there in January.
Well, we don't know.
Your go-tos are Gakpo and Gakpo. And I might have created a new name for him. Gakpo.
Clip that one. Yeah, clip that one.
That is what you're going to beat Man City with.
Like I said, there's a lot.
Yourself.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. I don't mind having this conversation because they're funny to me. When Chelsea drew Barcelona in that infamous game, right? You could look at it any angle. The answer was Barcelona was going to clap them. Did they clap them? No, they didn't.
My goodness. You're comparing yourself to that Chelsea team.
Correct. Why not? Because one thing is for sure, we're better than them. That's for sure. Huh?
Yeah.
You are not better than them.
Okay, are we better than the team that won us the Champions League in 2005?
No.
Oh, you're mad. No, do you know what?
You think you're better than them?
Move on. Do you know what?
2005.
I'm done. I'm not got nothing else to say. Carry on.
I don't think you are.
No, forget it.
Wait, did I hear that right? 2005, Mikey.
Go on.
Jimmy Traore.
I know he was there.
Dudek.
Connor Bradley.
Bishkan. All these guys. what's his name? What was the
Milan Barros.
what was Barros? Milan Barros was our striker.
Yeah.
Was our first choice striker.
Instead of Isak, yeah, I'll take Barros instead of Isak. Go on.
Listen, just move on from this conversation.
You haven't got anyone like Stevie G there.
It's crazy.
No,
anyone.
Forget it.
Stevie G carried that whole team.
No, forget it. I can't be bothered.
We had Reese at left back. Oh man, come on.
It's crazy. There's no
talking about.
There's no point. Is his opinion? It's fine.
You guys are comparing last season's team.
No. This season's team
Think
will
about
be
that season's team where you're struggling to beat Leeds, Sunderland. You're having to play 5 midfielders.
It doesn't matter.
2 players in. No, it does matter.
These things have never mattered. These things have never mattered. Like, I'm talking about people that won the Champions League. I'm not talking about people that might have won the Champions League. I'm talking about teams I know I've seen win the Champions League that are not as good as you make up. Because what happens is when you get to February, March, and you realize that's your only chance of silverware, you start getting some rubbish result in the league that no one cares about, and you focus solely on two. It's a knockout competition at the end of the day. 2 90 minutes game plus penalties. That's what you do, and you can do it.
You're struggling to talk me through that beating Man City, by the way.
But he doesn't have to be Man City because we might not even draw Man City. So why am I talking about something that's not has happened?
Okay, let's go back to transfers then. Let's go back to transfers. So just talking about Man City.
Wait. Before we go back to transfers, I don't want to hear we can win the Champions League again.
You're gonna hear it again. Because that's my opinion.
Easy.
I'm not changing.
Like,
I'm not changing.
You know what?
Even until the day we get there, I'm not changing.
That isn't going to be a present for you. I'm telling you.
He can't be. He can only be a present in May. Thank you very much.
You won't be.
Okay, so back to transfers. Man City. Why are they even buying Semenyo? Does anyone know this?
Because he's good.
He's good. They've got Doku. They've got Foden. They've got Semenyo. They've got Cherki, who they've just bought. They've got Marmoush. And they're just adding. It's nice. It's nice for some clubs to be able to do that because they're just spending money like.
Guess what it is?
Nobody's business.
These clubs are building squads that are capable of winning.
Yeah.
Not like Liverpool. They're not building squads. You didn't build any squad depth. You didn't get Guehi when you should have got him.
True.
Should have got a left winger. So you've left yourself short. They're not thinking about any shortness. Doku doesn't play every game for them now. So Semenyo can play some on the left.
And Doku's injured.
Turkey doesn't play every game for them. So we'll get games on the right. Semenyo plays left and right. You guys are ridiculous for not going to get him. The fact you know the door's open for Salah, Gakpo isn't good enough, and he can play both sides.
Yeah, that's the bit that confuses me about, and I don't know if this is a Richards thing or what. But
and he's only 65 million.
Exactly. We love a buyout clause. We've bought Szoboszlai, we've bought Maka, we've bought Frimpong. We love a buyout clause. And one thing that we always used to like under Edwards, and I don't know if it's changed under Richards, but Edwards is his boss, is that we always tend to buy players that are multifaceted. So you look at Jota, he was a left winger at Wolves, I believe. We started him there. We then moved him, and he could play across the front, moved him to a striker. He might have even played the odd game on the right-hand side. Semenyo plays both sides and has played a striker for Ghana. And yet, in a season where our left winger, second choice Gakpo, our left winger Gakpo, as somebody's mentioned here, is not only injured, but when he's been fit, he's been rubbish. Kirkes, the guy that plays behind him, has basically come out and said the guy doesn't pass the ball to me, and I've got no relationship with him. And a 16-year-old, and then this guy who's got a buyout clause that we love is available, and apparently we've decided we don't want, on top of the Salah stuff as well, who might not be here in February. Who's playing right mid? We're literally just saying, all right, this season, right off. Because I don't see how the second half of the season, what we're going to... If there's not another person lined up after Semenyo, I don't know what we're doing going forward. I really don't. On top of the Isak injury as well. So...
Maybe the Salah thing isn't concrete then. Because I'm guessing you need to raise some sort of funding here. Because what we're doing here, we spent half a bill. What's going on? So you lot just got that funds just ready to go?
What is that? The funds is not a problem. The funds are
the funds aren't a problem.
Unlimited funds? FIFA team.
We're still players, so the fund is not a thing. It's not a thing. I don't know why you're bringing it up just to make headlines here.
It's not headlines. It's factual information.
I'm answering your question. And as for the As for this Semenyo thing, there are other players available. So, and also,
name them.
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm just on.
You can't name
app.
one.
I'm on that app. That app, formerly known as Twitter, and the names that have been bandied around today, but they're just not going to happen in January. Are Gordon again, who heavily linked with before, and Barcola.
More than 65 mil, that is. Gordon.
Yeah, exactly. But then
again, apparently you got the funds, so go for it, man.
Unlimited. Just click the button.
What's the problem? Drop the cash and be going. Look, man, for all you know, you don't know what we're working in the background. So Semenyo ain't the only footballer that exists.
Wait, Uche. So would you prefer Gordon to Semenyo?
Not really. No.
I would.
Would you?
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Prefer.
You think Gordon's better than Semenyo?
I think Gordon would score more goals in our team than Semenyo, to be honest.
Wow.
On that left-hand side.
Nah.
I'm not that fussed about these players. They're not. Again, I hate to break it to all of you. They're not who you think they are.
He's still traumatized by Hijack.
It's like he's living in your head rent free.
No, they're just not who you think they are. They are. My biggest problem, I've said this, Semenyo, I don't want to come across as negative because I really, really like this player.
Do you?
Yeah, you crossed that bridge.
It's very important because sometimes people think that because you have a criticism, it's not even a criticism. A bomb of you is your main man, so he's having the kind of shots I would love. This is probably one of the biggest things I rate about people like Salah and Haaland. Once you come into a team, straight on the off, you start having the same impact, which is same shots, 3-4 shots a game. That is so important. And I just don't trust that this manager is going to give Semenyo the ability to say, you go ahead and you take all those shots like you were doing.
And I'm sorry, I heard this before. Gakpo has 1 million shots, so I'm not buying it.
No, what I'm trying to say to you is that
I got the worst in the league for shot conversions currently.
So was that
one of the worst? Gakpo has got one of the worst stats.
I'm not surprised when he keeps
taking
taking shots from crazy angles. But what I'm trying to say, Mikey just jumped on that like it's a negative. I'm saying to you that he may not give him that ability to. That's actually what I want to see him do. That's what you're getting wrong.
No, but
I'm saying that I don't. Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think it will give him that freedom to have the same amount of shots. That's what I'm saying. That's actually what I would want because I know that is where he's most successful from. Because the ability, the freedom to, yes, take more shots, take more chances, right? Without taking it from someone else. I don't think that will happen. Because like you said, that's the issue. That's why I don't see the point of signing a player and then trying to convert him to something that he's clearly not. So, and maybe the player doesn't want to come to Liverpool. Maybe we've had the discussion and he said, my preference is Man City. Again, that's another thing when we talk about transfers. Doesn't get talked about. What are you supposed to do in that situation? Thank you.
You're supposed to go in, sweeten up the deal. You're supposed to tell him you're going to be our top guy on that left because Gakpo's whack. And then Salah's going as well. You're going to get some time on the right.
Yeah.
We're the current champions and we're going for the Champions League.
Yeah, but like I said, again, I would say everything you just said if I believed he was that guy. He's not that guy.
Okay. All right, let's start talking about Semenyo now. Because there's other positions as well, and we're up to the half an hour mark. Other positions as well. And we also need to talk about Arsenal, whether or not they're looking to do any deals as well. But Uche, we need a centre back, plain and simple. In fact, what I heard yesterday, I didn't send it to you because I didn't want any smoke. But I heard that apparently Konate didn't train yesterday, so he was nowhere to be seen yesterday as well.
Why not? Is he signing for Madrid?
They're not interested. They're no longer interested.
That beat up a long time.
Did I hear Uche saying when they're going to sign it? You want to sign a centre back at Guehi level? Wasn't this the whole thing? As Guehi's level isn't what we need, and he wouldn't.
Isn't enough. That's what we said.
What are we doing?
No, what do you mean? No. Wait.
Okay,
I think sometimes I really struggle. I think you're just trying to antagonize.
No.
Wait,
It was a verbatim.
Let me answer, right? Is it fair for me to answer? Okay. Guehi was coming to Liverpool, right? Like he was literally on his way. Yeah. So I'm saying that
he's done his medical.
Yeah. So if you're not gonna, so he's basically a Liverpool player, right? So I am saying if he's not gonna be, sorry.
No.
Wait. Wait. The deal collapsed here. What I'm saying is, in all intents and purposes, we've identified him. with a agreed deal, should be a Liverpool player. So I'm saying you need to have that sort of level of player. That's sort of what is it that you?
No, the reason why CT is bringing this up is because you said Guehi wouldn't start for you.
So he wouldn't. But I'm saying to you, but you still want the same level of player. If you're not going to get him,
we're looking for now is not going to be replacing Konate. He's just going to be just in case he gets injured, right?
I know that.
What are we doing?
And rightly so. Konate gets a lot of heat this season. Rightly so, no problem. But I've said this so many times. I'm all about talent level, man. Like when everyone's said and done, yeah, you gotta be available and you gotta have the talent, right? And for me, that's it. So if Konate, if you guys think Konate is now the worst player you've ever seen, fine.
You're doing this Cantona.
Yeah, this is the question.
Straight and answer our questions, please.
Is Guehi good enough to replace Konate?
No, he would never do it.
He's not.
He will not.
Why are you looking for a Guehi type defender?
Because we already were getting Guehi in already, and then he flopped. So
basically,
we're getting him now.
Listen, I'll cut this short.
I'll
cut this short. What Uche's telling us is he's happy with Konate at centre back. That's what he's telling us.
He's been happy with him. I just think like anything in life, if you're flop, which he was, if you're not, me sick. No, but if you're not doing the job, let's be all the way 100. Yeah, I can back a player that's talented, but if you carry on putting displays that's not longer your talent level, then of course you should be dropped. That's just normal. What the problem we had was we did not have somebody who can do that. So I'm saying get a Guehi type level defender who can do that. So if he starts having one of his silly moments, you dash him out. What's wrong with that? What?
He's had 3 good performances this season.
Like I said, these are all fair. I am telling you, the talent is the talent.
It's not acceptable. You can say it's fair. It's not acceptable.
Yeah, of course it's not acceptable. Right. But my point is, then you put him on the bench if you have an able placement, a Guehi type level centre back. What's the issue? But that player is still not going to convince me he's better than Konate. But Konate, if you carry on and he becomes a trend, then you dash him out.
And carry on. It's half a season.
Then you move on. But I believe that player.
How many games do you need for a trend?
I think a player of that level. I think if Guehi was there, let's talk about it. If Guehi was signed, I think just having him there, and he would have been benched, by the way.
He would have started on the bench, 100%.
Yeah, and Konate would have reacted because Konate knows.
Konate would have reacted by giving more corners away, more penalties.
He's cruising and coasting. He's cruising and coasting. And
but Mikey, listen. On the Gakpo stuff, the guy's got no comment. He knows that there's a 17-year-old as his competition. So even if he does nothing, he knows he's still playing next game. Konate has been rubbish is probably too much. That's high praise for how bad he's been this season. But if Guehi's on the bench, it's going to concentrate his mind. And if he flops, even better, because then Guehi just comes in and takes his place.
Where? What are we doing here?
The guy was one of the best centre backs in the league last season.
He's controlling the ball out.
We've already talked about this.
Away from the corner.
You drop him.
That's what
we're saying the same thing. I'm saying that if he was there, he would have been dropped. We're saying the same thing. I don't understand why we're saying exactly the same thing. If you're flopping, would have had somebody who would have been benched already. This would not be accepted. We wouldn't have seen all that, right? Because he would have been benched a long time ago.
Uche, even if Leone was fit, he would have been benched.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Because last season, Kwanzaa started last season ahead of Konate, right?
Yeah.
Konate came in because he had to fight for his place and then was the better player. And Kwanzaa didn't get a look in. This season, Guehi would have been that player, but obviously we didn't get the deal done. Leone would have been the next one off the rank. And he got injured on his debut. So what else can you do? And he's out for the season. So
what you do is you make sure the deal gets done. Simple as.
Yeah, but it's not our fault.
The deal was done. But Mikey,
this isn't revisionist like you're trying to make it out. Me and CT were very clear here.
The deal was done.
The deal done. The deal weren't done.
The deal was done.
He scored yesterday for Palace. The deal weren't done.
The deal was done. Palace.
No, the deal is done when he's in the Liverpool shirt.
Literally the 11th hour at whatever the 11 p.m. is the deadline. At 10:45, they're saying actually the deal's now off.
You didn't get it done.
The deal was done.
Then it's not done. Then
he done his interviews. He was in Liverpool kit. He was in London.
Where's
He done
the
his
picture?
thing.
He could have been at your training ground. It don't
Does he
matter.
pick
The
the
deal
ball?
wasn't done. That's it.
I don't know what else you want the club to do. The deal was done.
No,
The
we've been
selling
through
club
this over and
changed their
over.
mind at the
That's what it
11th,
does.
literal 11th hour.
You shouldn't have left it that late.
You should have had a backup plan.
At 10:45, yeah. Backup plan.
Don't leave
The
it that
backup
late.
plan was the only. The backup plan was the only, and then we go again in
Fair
January.
enough.
But anyway, back to transfers, guys. Transfers, January the 1st. If it's not Guehi, wait. 2 questions. 1, is Guehi going to sign for us in January?
No.
Okay. If it's not Guehi, who is just to put it into context? By the way, we've got no non-homegrown spots in the squad left. So if it's not Guehi, who are we signing in January?
Oh, it has to be a homegrown. Is that what you're saying?
You have to buy.
It has to be homegrown. Yeah.
This is
Unless
great
we sell
management,
someone.
great squad building. I have to say, you guys are leading the way here.
Yeah. I don't know who we get. Well, whoever you get, like I said already, Guehi type level. I haven't got no names in my head.
Semenyo homegrown.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And you did. You guys are foolish.
Yeah, it's all good. But like I
Oh
told
my
you,
god.
like I said, he's not that guy. You can keep hyping it all you want. He's not that guy. So I don't know.
Well,
why.
the only other option you've got is Gordon, mate, because you need someone homegrown.
Yeah.
No, there's loads of players that are homegrown that you wouldn't think are homegrown. So there's people out there, man. There are people out there. That's not my job, man. Like it's like
Your
people
job
will
on the
surprise you that are homegrown. that
Speaking
you don't
about
think.
it, so it is.
No, we're talking who?
What do you
You're
mean?
saying there's people out there
We're speaking about it. Like,
homegrown.
No, I don't
Who
know.
you saying?
No, City, I'm not thinking about
Because
anything.
you said Marmouche.
I'm looking at these people. I'm like, I'm actually trying to be like, okay, if I was actually being desperate, which I'm not, just to give you a name, I would try, but I'm not going to do
Right,
that.
stop.
That's why you guys said Gordon. There's no one
We
there.
asked you for a name and you said Marmouche. Now we've identified it can only be homegrown.
No, it doesn't have
What's
to be
the name?
homegrown because you can always sell a player. What are you talking
Who
about?
are you selling?
That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't have to be then, does it?
Who are you selling?
You
You've
sell
got no
Endo
players
and
to
you sell
sell.
Chiesa. That's who you sell.
You've got no players. Chiesa don't want to go.
You sell Endo.
Endo's injured.
You sell him well injured. You loan him out. You came out of the squad. You do whatever
This
it
guy.
takes me.
Uche, you're a pod disappointment.
I'm not. I'm just. You want me to say players that I'm not.
No, I
I've
want
always
you
told you when it comes to signings.
tell the
Yeah,
truth.
I don't think our problem is a signing base. I mean, for all you know, could be one of the sickest 17-year-old you've ever seen in your life coming up. After all, Yamal started this thing around the same
Oh,
age.
he came on the other day. I saw him getting thrown away.
Who's getting thrown away?
Rio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to tell you is that talent is talent, man. So especially now.
Wait, I just told you I saw him get thrown away.
What do you mean thrown away?
He's too lightweight.
It is too lightweight for this game.
Forget all that. Listen, that's what you want, though.
saw him
You
come
can
on for
fix
you.
that by putting on some weight. That's actually easy. Get on the friggin'
He's
gym.
17.
What do you mean?
Oh,
You start
my.
growing. What are you talking about?
You start growing. Yes, start. You have to start. We're here
Yes,
now.
but what's the problem? What I'm trying to tell you, right? Like, for me anyway, the league for what I came for this season, the energy I had for this season, is done. Right? It's completely over.
I hear
It's
you.
finished.
But we're
So
talking about
if you
this
play
season.
Rio in and out, not starting every game, in and out of the game. For example, this game that's coming up at the weekend, you give him 60 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever, or the other way around, right?
You're
Give him a
disrespecting the
go.
league again. You're doing what the manager's been doing. The guy's got no experience of playing
I don't
70
understand
minutes of
what you
Premier
keep
League
saying
football.
here by 17. Michael Owen was 17. Freaking Wayne Rooney was 16.
All of that.
What's this age thing you keep doing? What are you doing that for? I don't get it.
The reason why, let me put it like this. Why have we not seen Rio and Gamora in the last 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks of football? Last 2 months. Why have we not seen them?
I've got no problem with him not seeing him, but you can't keep saying about this age thing. All I'm trying to tell you
Well,
is
that's
they have
the
been
reason why I'm asking
players.
that.
They've been gifted players in world
Uh-huh.
football who have been so gifted that they started
Not
playing.
denying that. Not
Yamal
denying.
is still incredibly lightweight, no matter what you say, right? He looks lightweight. He probably weighs the same. I don't know. Raheem Sterling was freaking lightweight. Look what he ended up doing. These things happen.
They weren't getting thrown away by players.
Not
And
only
listen,
that,
Mike,
not
listen,
only
all
that.
I'm trying to say, all I'm trying to do is respond to your comments. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sterling's weight, hasn't really changed that much, right? And
He's
he's a
not
light player. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you that.
Not Uche. It's the reason why I brought. The reason why he's lightweight is because he's a boy basically.
Yeah,
He's
of
a
course.
teenager. That's just a matter of fact, right?
Yeah.
But on top of that, the reason why I'm saying about his age, I don't deny it. All these players, and we've seen it. Fowler, McManaman, when they came in, was 18. Fowler was, 17? Owen was 16 or 17. We've seen it. Gerrard was 18 when he came in. We've seen these players, and they've gone from strength to strength. The issue is that we have been absolute, and I was just about to swear, but checked myself. We've been dog doo-doo. We've been Gakpoo. We've been Gakpoo for 2 months of the season.
Yeah.
It would be stupid of the manager to bring in that player, a 17-year-old with very little experience, into that when the team is being so rubbish. You bring that sort of player in when the team is playing well, and there's no pressure on him he can just go there and be himself. It's not going to happen. That's literally the reason why he's not played.
This is the problem. Literally. He started so well, then you let yourself down. You literally just said, and I'll quote you. I'm going to use your exact quote. You can't bring it.
Yes, use it.
Wait, because you know your Liverpool history. When Michael Owen was making his debut and scoring against Wimbledon, were we good?
We were okay. Good one, Uche. We were second in the table when he came on for that game.
Were we good?
We were second in the table. Uche, you just asked me a question, and I'm giving you facts. We were second in the table. We just beaten, I think it was Newcastle the game before, and then we played Wimbledon and we lost. And he made his debut.
Giza, go and check your Owen's debut, mate. I'm talking about the season before the season he started. I'm talking about his first time when we made his before, towards the end of that season. That's when he actually started.
Good point. Towards the end of the season, when there's nothing to play for.
We're
in January.
Oh, it's okay, fine. I'm just trying to correct you on a few things. That's all I'm doing here. So
correct.
What I'm saying is
context matters. Context
matters. Of course it does. It does.
This season, we've started we were top of the league, 6 games won in the Premier League, 6 out of 6. We then dropped like a stone.
Yeah.
There's no way the manager's bringing a 17-year-old.
And I'm not saying that he should, by the way. I'm just saying to you that all this talk about him, that if you are who you are, eventually, that's why I said 60, 40 minutes or whatever, because all you're doing there is just to see him. And for me, if you can't do it at home to a team that has 2 points in December, you're probably not even going to do it this season, which is also fine.
It's not going to happen. He's not playing.
Which is also fine, but you can do it. Because if you're that talent and we want to see what you're about, you're going to have to, at some point, this Yamal thing and all these other players that ended up, in most situations, they play them out of desperation because they look at the situation and say, well, you ain't got much to lose. I don't think you got that much to lose.
Sometimes. That's how Gerrard, that's how Trent got in, to be fair. It was Klein got injured, Trent started playing. So
yeah, and that's all I'm saying. I agree with you. I don't want to damage the kid, right? But the guy will be buzzing to do something. And if you're going to take a chance, a home game, 40 minutes or 50, if you're going to stretch your 60 minutes, make sure you don't damage the kid. If worse, don't start him. But if you're not playing in this kind of game, what's the point? You've been on the bench, You got to play sometime because the talent is there. Well, that's what I'm saying.
CT's had enough.
Yeah, well, 10 minutes.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing, though, Uche. It's a game that we should win. It's a game that we probably will win, but it's a game where the manager's not going to make those changes because he's shown time and time again when it comes to just throwing someone in. Chiesa should have started many games this season, and he hasn't had a sniff. Ramsey should probably get a game right back.
I wouldn't start Chiesa. I don't know why. The more the season goes on, the more I'm convinced that Chiesa is probably one of my favorite players when we signed. Unfortunately, they're either seeing something or the manager is again back to the whole clueless manager situation. But it's pretty clear that he doesn't rate him at all. So why even try it? It's not going to start him. We go back to squad building. He doesn't rate Endo. He doesn't rate Chiesa. Then they're literally just names on the sheet. It's just a weird thing to be doing because you start a squad player, you're thinking you're going into a new season. Like if you've made your mind about Endo, you have a word and say, listen, it's time for you to go. You say, it's time for you to go. You keep these players and they're never going to start games. So you got him, like you said, then you added 2 kids, Nioni and Rio. You see them on the bench, but we all know that deep down, what you're saying is, I'm never going to start you. Like it's clear. So why am I going to hope for something that I know you've made up your mind? You're never going to play these guys. And that worst case scenario coming 10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't expect to see Chiesa. I know some fans do. I'll be shocked. I am expecting the double up. I wouldn't even be surprised if Curtis Jones plays right back. But it'll be a double up situation. Frimpong on right midfield, and somebody has to play that right back slot. That's why I expect against Wolves. But like you said, this was meant to be transfer wars, and yet we're back talking about our dreadful team.
Because it leads to your squad.
Yeah, the squad.
What there's nothing else to say. Give me the centre back and get me that left-sided forward player. And then we're ready again.
All right. Well, we've only got English options available to us, and we've only been linked with Guehi and Semenyo. So if neither of those happen in January, it's as you were for the rest of the season.
But there's always gonna be someone. There's always somebody. I mean, that's the beauty.
There's always someone.
But you know, Liverpool, Uche, they don't do somebody. They do their targets.
Okay. Then the question is, do you see like the January window shutting, and we're not addressing those two areas?
Yes,
like genuinely, like we won't address anything. No, I don't see.
I see. In January, probably a centre. Well, this is where it's difficult, because if it's not Guehi, who they obviously wanted, because obviously they're thinking about moving parts, right? Because VVD is what, 33 now, 34 at the end of the season, probably. I don't know when his birthday is. Next season will be 34. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
they're looking at, okay, we've got to have a succession plan for VVD, right? Who's that player? They're thinking about Konate. Still hasn't signed his contract, so he's available for free in the summer. So who's that player? So they need at least two defenders. It's whether or not if it's not Guehi, who they wanted to get, who they would have had an idea of where he sits within the VVD replacement, Konate backup / replacement. If it's not Guehi, then I have no idea who it could be. We've not been linked with many defenders at all. If they've got ideas of who that long-term VVD replacement is, they're not going to get him in January. So
no,
that's why my fear is, knowing how Liverpool operate, if it's not the player, then they'll just wait. And regardless of what that means for the season, they'll just wait. And that's what they've been doing. So that's what I see happening. If it's not Guehi, I don't think we're signing anyone.
No, but the reason why it doesn't make sense is because they identify Guehi, and there would have been a Guehi, would have been a player. So at the very least, you expect to get him, either accelerate it. But if you're not going to get him, then maybe that's what they're going to do. But don't forget the key thing, you've already mentioned it. The key thing that happened was that Leone got his bad injury. So you were always going to get that fourth player, fourth centre back, especially now you know about Gomez's situation happening again. It's pretty emphatic that you need to do something about it. So as far as I'm concerned, we are going to get that centre back, whoever that ends up being, I don't know. But
it's likely going to have to mean a player either leaving to get that foreign player in, or a homegrown player, and we've been linked with none other than Guehi. Absolutely zero.
Like I said, don't worry, man. It's coming, man. Relax.
Okay,
Callum Chambers.
Callum Chambers is too old now, I'm afraid.
Is he still there?
He's still playing. He's in the Championship.
Yeah, it's too old. That's an Arsenal player. That's nothing to do with us.
You need a penny player.
Speaking of Arsenal, Mikey, any links to anyone in the January transfer window? Do you need anyone?
No links. Of course, I would have wanted Semenyo, because I see his qualities, unlike some. I think that he'd play and be effective at every team. And when he goes to City, we're all going to see that.
Does that worry you?
Yeah, it does. Because the guy scores goals. Like, he's effective, he's fast, he's powerful. He can shoot off both feet. Liverpool had to get him for me. Like, the fact that you're not means you're not serious. And I don't care about the $500 million, because I don't see a player around that can play on the left and right as effectively as him. You can talk about converting from lower placed teams to kind of the top teams, but 65 million, you had to do it. And I would have liked to have done it as a top up to our squad. And we're well stacked in those positions, but he's better than Trossard and Martinelli. So I would have definitely taken him. In terms of the other positions, if everybody's fit, we don't need anybody. Obviously, I'd probably replace a few, like Marino, etc. But there's only so many players that you can deal with in a squad. And I think that we've already got that number of players that's difficult to deal with if everybody's fit. So without anybody kind of being sold to Saudi, Martinelli, I don't know what more we can do. So we just have to...
Subliminals, yeah?
Yeah. He should go, but he won't.
He won't go to. He won't go to Saudi though, would he? I don't think so.
I doubt it now. He looks like he still wants to do something in Europe. But yeah, our squad stacked. We've got 2 good keepers. We've got ample good defenders. I think the only thing Lewis Skelly needs to up his game again because he's dropped off from last season.
You're lucky you're saying that with CT not here.
Yeah, but he's just got a little bit lazy, a little bit lapse in his play.
It's difficult. Isn't it? It's difficult for these players. You use your place in the team. It's difficult.
He played better yesterday, though. I thought mostly.
Yeah, still. There's times where he's on the ball and he's trying to take liberties. There was a time when he was left back taking liberties and they stole the ball, and it was lucky that someone came across and covered. Those are the types of things that you can't afford, especially in the position that we're in. Midfielders, we're good. Rice is getting his little rest days as well. Norgard's getting some game time. Yeah, we're good.
You're good.
It is.
Wonderful.
You sounded so depressed.
No, it's wonderful that he's actually got nothing to worry about. He's now go and win it. Go and win everything. And we're good.
Like there's weak positions, but it's not like we're going to go and replace Gyökeres because we've only just bought him.
Yeah.
He's not looking like a top striker. He's looking like he can do a job in games. Jesus doesn't score, but he's a brilliant footballer. And I just want Havertz back. But we'll see. Maybe a couple of weeks, Havertz will be back. And we haven't hit top form. And we're not. Yesterday was the most flowy that I've seen our game in a long time. And Odegaard and Saka weren't even on the pitch at that time. So that's encouraging.
Probably because Odegaard wasn't on the pitch.
No, Odegaard does take too many touches. Eze likes to move it quicker. And Madueke is more direct as well. Madueke, if he could just play that left-hand side and clear these guys out, and then Saka's in, it'll be good. It might even be Saka to move across to the left at this rate.
Yeah.
But I think that can work.
But yeah, it means that you're unlike us. You're not praying and wishing Father Christmas is coming with some presents for January.
All I want is Big Gabby back. Big Gabby. And he's supposed to be back in a couple of weeks.
Be like a new signing, innit?
Yeah.
Just strengthen up our defense, you know?
Who do we want back? Oh yeah, no one.
Some of them you're wishing that they don't come back. But may that not be Mo Salah though, because he did score the winner. He had a really bad game actually. I watched most of it. His touch was off. Yeah, but good. Obvious Mo Salah, good finish. Does what he does. So hopefully he will be back at the end of the AFCON, and hopefully at the end of the transfer window, Liverpool will have signed that centre back and that left forward. But right now, having lost out on Semenyo, it's not looking great.
You never know. Guehi might come, you know. He didn't celebrate his goal yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was a bit. It was just a.
It might be the deal's done, and you guys get lucky because you don't deserve it.
I don't know about don't deserve it, considering we had a deal done. It doesn't even make sense.
You, Uche, don't deserve it.
It was a done deal, man. I don't understand. I'm not gonna get gassed about these players. What I want is for people to live up to the hype that they were signed for, and if they did, we would be in this position.
Uche, in yesteryear, under the height of Edwards as our football guy, we weren't getting players that you get gassed about, because when Jota was announced, it was like, really?
Exactly.
And then he came in and did a job.
I started this pod by saying, like, there's a lot of times when I was not, and they went and smashed it out of the park. The first time, like I said, the first time ever, I would honestly say, going back to Torres days, that was just one player. This season, the game was one of the most, like, I still cannot believe that Wirtz is a Liverpool player. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's such a coup to get a player like that at that age to come to this club.
It seems like it.
He just, no, I don't get me wrong. He should come good yet. There's no way that He's never gonna flop. He's just not gonna happen. But the start is not what I'm. That's not what I. This is not what I signed up to. You know, he's so much better than what we're seeing. Like so much better. I know a lot of it to do with the setup and all that, but still, I expect you to by now to say, okay, enough is enough. Give me the ball and start making runs and get out of my freaking way because I'm a baller. That's it. So that hasn't happened. And yeah, like I said, they signed 2 players I will say at the top of their game. You can't get any better than that when you sign 2 players at the very top of their game and you sign them at the right time. And my problem is I don't want to keep revisiting it, but he was signed as the man, number 9, scoring goals. That's what you want. There's nothing to talk about. You're moving from Newcastle to Liverpool. That's it. There's not a thing. Now we watch the player who was supposed to have the transition bigger, younger, hasn't actually done anything in the world football per se, was coming from Germany to England, right? Was going to have to adapt to the pace of the game and all that stuff. That all the excuses we're in for the amount of money we paid, right? All the excuses you could think of was in. The guy starts banging from day one. No wasting time. Don't need to adapt to nobody. Whether it's Wirtz, whether it's Gakpo, whether it's silliness from whoever, just give me the ball and I'll put the ball in the back of the net. That's what we signed that guy for. That there was the no excuses guy. When you sign Haaland, you don't want excuses. You want goals, and he hasn't given you any reason to find an excuse. I came here to bang goals, right? We don't have that. That's why we're in this position. And I said it from day one, fitness issues. Are you going to be available for those games? No, is the answer. The answer is an emphatic absolutely not. You cannot play Premier League, Champions League, Premier League, Champions League, Premier League. You can't do it. You've never done it.
Uche, leave is injured now. Okay?
I can't do it. The reason why I cannot do it is because I am so disappointed. You know, the reason why I can't do it is because I'm so disappointed by the output. And the problem was I saw all the amber signs and I was hoping, genuinely hoping that somehow it'll be different. But everything told me he's not that guy. Everything told me about him. So I detest the fact that it's happening. I really do, because I wanted it to turn around. That's why it upsets me so much, because he was going to be against the grain. Like, do something that I've not seen you do. Be that guy that can turn up Champions League, Premier League, Champions League. Because Haaland is doing it. That's your level. That's what your supposed level is supposed to be. You're not Gyökeres. You're not flipping Sesko. So you say.
Wow.
Well, you're not those guys, right?
Bullet dodged.
No, but you're not those guys. No, are you sure? Are you sure? You're not those guys. Are you sure that you're not those guys now? That's the question. That's the question you have to ask.
Gyökeres outscores him for Sweden still.
Just you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason when people think about all that, it's all about context. That's the level I'm expecting, and I've got every right to expect that level because we played the frigging British transfer record for you. So I'm expecting that output.
I get all that, Uche, but the reason why I'm not disappointed, there is a but. The reason I'm not disappointed is because Ekitike is doing the job that he isn't. So my concern is the rest of the team. I'm not really fussed about centre forward because our centre forward is banging goals, and we've got one of the best in the league at the moment.
Well, it's done now.
What I'm interested in is what's going on with the rest of the team that we've expensively assembled. We've got two fullbacks who are not doing fullback jobs, and Frimpong has barely played a match for us, and it's December now, nearly January. We've got Wirtz, who we see flashes of, but again goes back to Slot and his tactics and where he is on the pitch picking up the ball. I don't want to see the guy doing wall passes in the centre midfield. I literally can do that. I can run over there. You pass me the ball, I pass it back. Because that's what you see Wirtz doing a lot of the time, just to try and get the ball. Reason why he can't get the ball in a dangerous position on the edge of the box is because we don't have players to get the ball to him. Why don't we have those players? We don't have a setup to get the ball to him. Why don't we have a setup to get the ball to him? It's the guy in the coach's seat, as far as I'm concerned. So
no question,
we can focus on Hijack. We can focus on Konate. We can focus on. At the end of the day, this whole setup isn't working for the players that we have. Going back to, and I don't want to go off on a tangent, but it comes back to Gakpo and Kirkes.
I choose Gakpo.
You know how Gakpo plays. You get the ball, he cuts inside, he shoots. You play a left back who you bought from a team where he's going on the outside and getting crosses in, and then you tell that player to underlap into the space that Gakpo is going to run into. And we were doing that for half the season until Gakpo got injured. What is going on here? What is the plan here? Whose fault is it? Kirkes was signed because you know how we do it, Uche. He's got this attribute, he's got that attribute, he's got this number of games under his belt, he's got this amount of potential, all that stuff. He was doing that stuff at Bournemouth. We signed him to do something else here. What are we doing? Next to a player who we know exactly how he plays, who wasn't good enough last season, Gakpo, and we're going to make him the number one player and then play the new signing left back. And Kirkes came straight into the team as well. Straight into the team, doing underlapping into the space that Gakpo runs into. And we're wondering why our team doesn't work. What is going on there? And who's deciding that? It's the manager deciding it. Kirkes isn't coming there and telling telling Slot, I'm going to underlap and you're gonna like it or lump it. He's not telling him that. That's what the manager's telling him to do. And Gakpo is probably not cutting in and shooting without permission from his manager. And the manager's sitting there watching it game after game and thinking, yeah, this is great.
Up that left-hand side way too much. We won
a left-hand side, by the way, Mikey, games where Gakpo and Kirkes did not pass to each other. Can you believe that? They did not pass to each other.
You're gassing up that left-hand side a bit too much. We won the league on the right-hand side. That's the bottom line. You focus on your strengths and not your weaknesses. I think for me, the right-hand side we killed because Trent left, right? The right-hand side has been dead. That's why. People can't do all this nonsense people say they saw on video. They can't do it when Trent was there. If you do it, he'll kill you. He will literally kill you with a diagonal ball, a sick football, and the people was that was the problem. That is the problem. So as much as, yes, you're right about the left-hand side wasn't our killer. Our killer was the right-hand side. They got all the goals. They got all the accolades. They're the ones that made things happen. And that right-hand side is totally...
You say that it was Salah that got all the goals on the left-hand side. Seeing as you say that Gakpo and Diaz were sharing the left-hand side, it was 26 league goals from that left-hand side.
But it came from crosses from the right-hand side, which is mostly from Salah and the people on that right-hand side. So when you kill the right-hand side, which is your main threat, the left-hand side is also dead because now you've made it even weaker. So we actually weaken both sides of the pitch. That's actually our problem. We weaken both sides of the pitch. Our strength is no longer our strength. Let's be honest. Like our biggest strength from last season is dead. It's no longer a thing. That's why this man can consider dropping Mo Salah because he's looking at it thinking, well, you're not actually, it's no longer our strength. It's not actually come our weakness on top of all the left-hand side issues you've identified. That's our nonsense. Yeah, which is a nonsense, yeah. But because of that, I think either we grossly underestimated how much of a loss Trent is. And it's obvious when you watch the game. You don't have a strength. That was one of our biggest strengths. It's almost like a baiting thing. Okay, you think there's a space there. Come to the space and come and win it. We'll play a diagonal ball to the other side, and then the left-hand side can kick off. But we can't do that no more. So that's
Interestingly, and obviously his level has dropped. Firstly, I'm just going to be very clear. He's nowhere near Trent's level. Just making that very clear. Before I say what I say next, he's nowhere near Trent's level. But interestingly, we bought Ramsey because he could hit long passes, because he had a good cross on him. And Slot is not interested. Not interested in playing this.
But again, to be fair, Raul, this is the problem I have with these players. This is the same problem I have with Connor. Not only do I think you're not good enough, which is a big no-no anyway, the absolute hell to the no to all this is availability. Those two players have this incredible ability to never be available, and I can't stand that. And this is where the club has to take responsibility, because when if you're gonna have these players, like young players, fine. But that's where I think is unlucky with Frimpong, because unless something you're doing, you went 3 seasons without getting injured. That's one of the main reasons you buy players like that, because of availability. It should never be underestimated, especially in this league. If you're not available, you can't hurt anybody. That's our biggest issue. A lot of our players have not been available. I've not been able to call upon. At least Wirtz, even he has got injured. Wirtz and Frimpong, that was one of their biggest positives, and people underestimate it. 34, 35 games, Mane, Firmino, Gini Wijnaldum, all these mans, they can play all day, every day. Henderson, all these kind of guys. Gone.
Get Hendo back. Just to end quickly, as this was supposed to be a transfer pod, but we've kind of just aired our grievances about most of the squad and the manager. Interestingly, from Slot, he said about the centre-back thing. He said something like, we've got Konate. Basically, he's saying we've got Konate and we've got Van Dijk, and Liverpool as a club we're a team where I think he was kind of backhanded compliment to Arsenal, where lots of other clubs have got lots of centre backs, but Liverpool are a club where we don't have that, and that's how we do it here. And that was like, what do you mean? Because you know the availability of Gomez. You know the availability of Gomez. You know the availability of Konate and his ability to get injured. You're going to go through the league with those three players as your players. Obviously, Leone is unforeseen, but that's how we do it here. That's not a way to run a football club.
I take that as he's putting the blame on Richard Hughes at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what he's doing. The question he has to ask himself, can you handle these players? Because on evidence, you can't handle. So don't be chatting if you can't handle. You got given top players and you haven't been able to prove that you can handle them. Because if you can handle it, we wouldn't be in this position. So be careful what you wish for, man. At the end of the day, everybody can wish for a lot of things. Can you handle it? The answer is emphatic no. Like Slot, you were one of the most impressive managers to take over this club last season. You got given better players and you can't handle it. That's what the facts are showing you. So don't be asking for more when you can't handle what you got.
Well,
like,
okay. We'll leave it there, Uche. Message to Slot. Don't ask for more if you can't handle what you got. January transfer window starts soon. We'll see where Liverpool end up. And that's us out, guys. Do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll probably have some more shows like this. There'll be more transfer shows during the January window if either of our clubs actually do anything. But we'll see you there. See you on the other side of Christmas, guys. Have a good one. And we'll see you live on Sunday as usual. And we're out.